Want to stop juggling spreadsheets, calendars, and a dozen apps just to run your rentals? Logify makes it easy. It's an all-in-one toolkit for hosts. Build a direct booking website, automate guest messaging, and keep all your channels in sync. Running your rental business your way has never been simpler. And for Good Morning Hospitality listeners, you can get 20% off any yearly plan with code GMH20. Just check the link in the show notes to get started today.
Welcome to Good Morning Hospitality, your one-stop shop for the latest news, noteworthy trends, and thought-provoking discussions across the industry. From hotels and short-term rentals to all things travel and hospitality, you'll find each episode equips you with the information that you need to start your week. Join us on Good Morning Hospitality every Monday, wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, and we are back here at VRMA, and we are covering our updates, our little recap, our thoughts.
And we're here with one of our favorite EU co-hosts, Leo. How's your conference going?
The amazing Leo.
Guys, yeah, delighted to be here. Thanks for inviting me back to do more podcasting with you. Good. I'm having definitely a good couple of days. Lots of fun.
Yeah, you're here to add our British spice to the show.
I love how Leo's just like lots of fun, totally chill. And then like yesterday, he was like, yeah. So late night? I'm just kidding.
I like that. My British spice.
Yeah.
I like
My
that.
British Spice. that is a great nickname. British Spice.
Owning that.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely gonna be a great blooper reel.
Yeah, so I think it's been a really great conference so far. I have donated my voice to the cause.
Yes.
You can tell it's pretty shot. But it's been really, I don't know. Before I go into the conferences, I kind of like grumble and gripe about having to come.
Yeah.
But it's been great. It really has. There's so many fun vendors and partners, especially, I mean, I love coming as part of GMH, but it's also as, a PM, it's great to see all of our vendors and everyone here.
Yeah, and I know I said on LinkedIn, it's probably my last VRMA, but who am I kidding? Like once you get here, and it's gonna be in Vegas next year, so kind of can't miss out that one.
All this desert stuff, so dry. So one of my favorite conversations we've had so far has been with the Marriott AI guys.
Yeah.
And so my question for you, Will, is what are you putting into the search bar?
Ooh, okay. For those who don't know what we're talking about with the Homes and Villas AI generative search, it's a great tool. Go listen to the episode.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say. Just go listen to it. And I think the thing I'm going to put in the search, it sounds lame because I'm in a state full of mountains, but I think I'm going to do a mountain getaway. I think I'm going to look up like beautiful mountaintop cabin, hot tub on the patio or balcony. Definitely needs to be close enough to like, a good restaurant or two with some great outdoor activities and no cell phone service at all.
Well, you never know. You might end up in like the Swiss Alps or something.
Hey, I won't complain. I won't complain.
How about you, Leo? What would you put on it?
We want you in Swiss Alps. Come to Europe. So for me, as dad of two, as I reference a lot, first thing is it's got to be kid-friendly.
Yeah.
I'm asking for it to be kid-friendly. I need the rooms to be big enough that I can put mattresses on the floor so we can just put the kids anywhere and throw stuff around. And
Very British of you.
yeah, it definitely needs to have close proximity to a town with lots of fun, family-friendly restaurants. So
There you go.
I'm keeping it pointed in that direction, but with a slight twist is when the kids are in bed, I want to have a glass of champagne with Jasmine.
Amen.
With a view. So
Amen.
Give me a view.
I love that.
Ooh.
Well, and it's funny because before this conference in the desert, I was like, desert house, big desert house, lots of views, pool, banging summer kitchen. And now I'm like, anywhere with moisture is where I want to be.
Lip salve sales to go through the roof.
Exactly. With my $10 bottle of water. But how about you, Will? What has been some of your favorite things from the conference?
Well, I think this is a great group discussion because I think the last couple of years we've seen such a conversation around profitability and growth and scale and build. Now the conversation seems to be dialed down where everyone's like quality, like making sure that everything's 5 top tier, even if it means that we don't scale as much and that we were focusing on like ADR and maximizing our current actual revenue and not just like trying to onboard new homes all day long. So I like that. like change and dialogue and conversation.
Yeah, and I would kind of thought coming into this that there might be a little bit more doom and gloom.
Yeah.
I was really interested. I mentioned this on the show last week to see like what the temperature was going to be, and it actually seems to be pretty upbeat and not quite as gloomy as I kind of anticipated.
Look, it has been a hard year, and I do know that there's a lot of operators here that they're exhausted, they're tired, they're below beaten down. Yes, yes, it's Brandy. I'm speaking for Brandy. This is a text that she sent me, but it is still in the air. Like that conversation is still happening, but I do think there's hope in the sense of people just like we will get through this. Like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm seeing it, and I'm excited for the moment where it's not just a little dot, it's actually like right in front of you. Yeah. So
how about you, Leo? What have you kind of taken away from the combine?
I agree with what both of you are saying. So primarily, we do get, in good times, you get a bit carried away, right? It's like double down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's always a little bit unrealistic, right? Whereas if we're focusing firmly on the quality bar and make sure that we're trying to provide hospitality to our guests and really good staff. So what I'm noticing, the conversations are changing around like, how do I provide hospitality solutions? How do I monetize the guests? Like concierge services, the whole
share of wallet
for years with food and beverage. We need to catch up. I'm seeing that. So like, how do we get value for money? But also alongside that, how do I diversify my marketing channels? That's a conversation I was never having 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So now everyone's like, so I think I'm going to get into midterm, or turns out one of my properties is near a hospital, so I'm going to try and like make a deal with them and bring in that corporate stay.
For sure.
And they're the conversations I love having because we have to see it ourselves as hospitality operators. Like you're in a mountain town, for example. Hey, maybe you can do the guttering and clean the houses out of season for your owners. Maybe you don't have to just look after the bookings. All of that stuff helps professionalize and helps these businesses in the space become more sustainable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's so in my guesty panel later today about diversifying your portfolio. That is one of the things about that I definitely hearing is different types of stays, like the midterms. And it definitely depends on your market for sure. But I really love that operators are thinking outside of the box. How do you make the most of those low season or weekdays or anything where you just have lower occupancy? Getting creative to make more money to become sustainable. And I think everybody's always trying to figure out like, how do you make no season not feel quite as drastic?
Yeah, not feel low.
Not feel low. So I think that's really interesting.
Well, two things that you guys said that got me excited, and I think the listeners, hopefully you guys can feel the same around this topic, is yesterday when we were talking about the True V rebrand with you guys, and you just said like, it's more grown up. I loved that. And I loved also chatting with Veronica at the Homes and Villas booth, because it just, what Marriott has done and brought into the short-term rental sector is professionalism. It's standards raising. It's, just clean and grown up. It's got that like, hell yeah, we're repped by Marriott. Like Marriott's on our home. And I think that is a great feeling. And I think we're shifting more into that, more grown up, less like 1995 looking designs and logos and stuff. And it's just going to actually be something that people want to continue to build, but the user at the end of the day wants to seek out, like legit goes out of their way to not be on a hotel, but a short-term rental. So
yeah. Well, so to all the listeners, I'd be curious to hear feedback on how VRMA was for you, what your takeaways were, because everybody sees this conference with a different lens.
Yes. In the comments, in the LinkedIn or the YouTube, wherever you're at, but you should definitely be on YouTube. No self-promotion here, but not at all. Shameless. Good morning hospitality at youtube.com. I would love to know too, because I think we have so many of our listeners here that have been coming up to us. Leo, have you had any European people saying like, I love the European crew?
Far more than I thought it would. It's great.
Let's go.
I'm really enjoying it.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to come. I haven't done a conference since I think we started the show. Is that right? Yeah. So it's very cool. And again, like I think there's such a need to have education and good news in this industry that it's obviously that's proving very popular, isn't it? And again, where my mind goes with this is we need to come together more.
Yes.
To see ourselves as an overall lodging type.
Yes.
I was very struck by, and you guys featured it as well, the review of the industry that saw that short-term rental has an NPS of 67 versus hotels of 53. That actually is virtually all we're talking about with me, is like, how do we make sure we contribute positively to that NPS? So I get excited when people talk to us and say, they like the Europe show, because it means we're all interested in getting better.
Yeah, and I think I mean, I know for me personally, a lot of times you get kind of wrapped up in the negative. I mean, like we said, operations is a beatdown.
Yeah, 100%.
And so to see that NPS of like, oh, actually, people are really enjoying this product type. People are really enjoying their stays. I think that's really important to remind yourselves, like as operators, you are really providing some incredible experiences with people.
For sure.
And just like always maintain that when things get a little dicey.
Yeah. As we get better, everything else will get better, like net promoter scores. And I think it's overall just going to be better. We just need to move forward a little bit faster, maybe. I don't know.
We start every conference with a look at what our NPS is.
Yeah, and we can just keep track of that. And well, like anything else, I mean, we do our review meetings every week and see which buildings are struggling, and it's good to kind of track where you are.
Yeah, you always have to have a pulse.
Exactly.
The Good Morning Hospitality pulse.
Yeah.
Well, anything you guys are looking forward to moving forward after this VRMA? I know it's hard to say goodbye after being with our friends that somewhat feels like family sometimes.
I know, it's like
a little messed up family.
No,
Very messed up, baby.
I really do love seeing all the industry partners, and like I said, I come into the conference being like murr, and then I leave and I'm like, I have this new sense of feeling invigorated about going back home, taking like these little nuggets that I've learned. And, it also definitely like strengthens your relationship with vendors.
Yes.
And it kind of renews your partnership with them,
For sure.
I think.
For sure. I love the in-person just because we all are connected on this and we're all so spread out, and whether it's different countries or different states and different markets. And it's really hard to, take the time to talk with someone in your local market and like actually sit down, just be able to vent and be murmur and all the other stuff. Because I think we don't get that enough. And to have VRMA, it really does let us get the murmurs out. And then it also lets us actually just like get them out, murmurs out, get those out of the way. And then just like you said, have that more positive outlook on the whole rest of the year, at least. I'm excited for the holidays so that things slow down a little bit.
Well, it's so funny. Like I saw, walked by the Sojo party, and they had like congrats on surviving peak season. And from our our markets, we're like congrats on surviving low season. Like everybody else is kind of like slowing down, like, taking a breather, and we're like, woo! Finally, it's winter. Like, so it's congrats to everyone.
Shout out to Sojo, great party.
Yeah.
How about you, Leo?
So I think that we can all get a little bit down on conferences from time to time, right?
Guilty.
And but we have to remember that I call it the Silicon Valley effect. So like there's that well discussed point that like in the 90s when Silicon Valley companies were coming up, everyone was meeting and mingling, having coffee and dating and meeting in bars, and they kind of all made each other better. Yeah. Really quickly versus other parts of the world. And that's why Silicon Valley that contributed to why it took off. And I see our industry a little bit as being a caravan back. So it pitches somewhere else. It pitches up somewhere else 2 months later. So if you try and go to as much stuff as possible, you definitely learn a hell of a lot. Yeah. Strengthen relationships with people. I'm sure that many people get their next job at this conference, or they get it 2 months later. And that's cool. That's cool. And we're all very community focused people. We love seeing the industry do that. So I have to remind myself of that, is that Silicon Valley's effect? Because otherwise you go back to your little part of the world. Yeah. We go back to London, we get back in our cave, and we'll have, several ideas of what we can be doing. Yeah. Conversations we've had. Yeah. And then I need to get out of the cave, get away from Humphrey and come and meet other people. God for conferences.
Thank you. Well said. Yeah. Well said. Oh man, mic drop.
Amazing. Well, I love seeing you guys in person. Yes. Like it really
a little GMH family.
And we're definitely missing Michael. Yeah. But we have a stand-in for Michael right now. But yeah, it's great to see you guys. Yeah. And we'll next year, I guess, Vegas. Yeah. Yes, further.
You heard it here first. Good morning, hospitality listeners. We'll see you next year in Vegas. We're not going to broadcast until then. I was kidding. But no, seriously, thank you guys for taking the time for this quick recap. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Want to stop juggling spreadsheets, calendars, and a dozen apps just to run your rentals? Lodgify makes it easy. It's an all-in-one toolkit for hosts. Build a direct booking website, automate guest messaging, and keep all your channels in sync. Running your rental business your way has never been simpler. And for Good Morning Hospitality listeners, you can get 20% off any yearly plan with code GMH20. Just check the link in the show notes to get started today.